Welcome to Bowls England podcast number 3. I'm here with Kirk Smith, who's the newly appointed men's senior international manager. Thank you for joining us. Is that a dream role for you, men's international team manager?
I think it is now. I wasn't looking for the role. I certainly missed international camaraderie when I got dropped from bowls, and it took me quite a while to come back to it. Obviously a selector last year, and then this position came available, and it is my dream job now.
What made you apply for it?
It was getting the backing and support of a few of the players. A few of the players asked me to step up, and I think if I can get them on side, we'll have half a chance of getting back to the top.
It's quite an exciting time for bowls in general, sort of new appointments in terms of the board and also managers. How does it feel to be a part of that?
Early days, haven't met the new CEO, but I'm looking forward to doing so. I think he will do a good job. The board looks nice and young, which is obviously an image that we've got to get across. Happy days.
What are the key strengths that you think you'll bring?
I'm hoping communication. I believe that communication has been lacking. It's something that I've built my business on over the last 30 odd years.
What do you do?
I've got a packaging company. So we supply packaging boxes. We used to manufacture packaging for removal companies. So I've done that for 30 years now.
So communication, what else do you think is important as a manager?
The respect from the players. I'm still playing at quite a high level. Obviously we won National Fours last year.
For the second time?
Second time.
Yep.
Gap of 20 years, so it can be done.
What qualities do you think that an international player needs?
They've got to have pride, passion. They've got to think carefully under pressure, and gel as a team. We are out there as a team at the end of the day, so we have to work together, and that's not just the players, that's the selectors, managers, everybody that's there.
Now, the boys haven't won a series since 2017, so you are starting right at the bottom.
It's a good place for me to start, I think.
What's your plan to turn things around?
My plan is to get the boys to buy into the way that I want to have the team performing. I think if we can get the team working together and working as one and wanting to be out there, playing for each other, knowing that they're going to turn up fully prepared, I can do the best I can on the side. We will get that passion back and the pride, then we'll be pushing up the top again.
How long have you been playing bowls yourself?
I have now been playing bowls for 43 years.
How did you get into it?
Same as most people. I think parents, both my mother and father played, my aunt and uncle played, my cousin played. So we first qualified for Worthing when I was 16, my cousin was 14.
How did it feel to be playing alongside your close family members?
It was great. My father was a good player. My uncle was a great player. It's just out there with your friends, and that's what I want. I want to play with a smile on my face.
So you had good role models?
I wouldn't necessarily say they were good role models, but they were good to play with.
Who did you look up to then at that time when you just starting out?
In the England team, obviously, David Bryant and Tony Alcock. David Ward was a class player. I played a few trials against him. And now John Rednall. I think John Rednall's he's been a top player for so many years now, 100 caps. And that's where we should be looking for.
Did you get stick from your friends when you were young?
Early days, but once you start playing for your county and your country, they soon learn to respect you, I think, and accept it.
And did you play any other sports? Did anything get in the way? Or
football? I dabbled at football, but I was never going to make a career out of football. But I played every sport. The only thing I haven't done probably is fenced.
Okay, still time. What made you continue bowling then?
I was quite good at it, or I was quite successful. And I don't know, I didn't play too much indoors. I stopped playing indoors 25 years ago when I had some children. I had 3 children. And you can't do everything. You can't play 12 months a year, every year. But I like outdoors. I like the fact that you're playing with the elements, the wind, the rain, different paces of grass, different levels.
So you got in the junior international team?
Yeah.
What do you remember about that time? Did you have many trials, or were you straight in?
Straight in. I don't think we had trials then. It was the series. It wasn't a series. It was just a game against Wales for the first couple.
Right. How did it feel to be selected then?
It was fantastic. I played 3 to Mervyn King, I think.
And how many years did you play in the juniors?
I had 3 years.
Standout memories of that time?
Sophia Gardens in Wales was the best series we had. It was the most fun I had as a junior.
And what would you say were your top 3 achievements in bowls?
Obviously, my cap. I won the US Open singles. I went over to America and into the US Open. I won the US Open. And I know I lost the singles final to Tony Alcock, but getting to the singles final against Tony, we played up to 25 then. He beat me 25-12.
What year was that?
No, I
Was
don't
it
know.
2000?
The first one that he won.
I think it was 2000.
Was it?
What was he like to play against?
He was tough. He was tough. On the green, he was tough. And I think I was just caught up in it a little bit. So what was I? 2000, I would have been 23 years old. And
he was older than you.
He was at his peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at his peak then.
And then you made the senior international team as well.
Yeah, the year after we won the 4s, John McGuinness came in as my 3, Mark Bantock as my lead. We did okay for the first 3 or 4 years. We did okay, and that was good times. Being out there with your friends is the best thing you can do.
What happened?
I got dropped. They split the rink up and I got dropped.
How did that? I mean, obvious question, but how did that make you feel?
Sian, I can't explain how it makes you feel when you get dropped. I was still playing well. It destroyed me.
Did you? You obviously didn't see it coming then.
Not at all.
Which made it harder.
Yeah.
So, what did you do? Did you want to just give up?
I did want to give up. I didn't, but I pulled back a little bit from playing bowls. Still, I had to play. I played a club competition with my mother every year, so I had to play. But the enjoyment was always there when I did play. I just needed 3 or 4 years just to take a step back, because you put so much effort into it.
So how would you take that experience that you had, and how would you now fast forward however many years, and you're now the manager of that same team?
Yeah.
How would you act to combat how you felt?
For me, I think my role now is communication. So I will be communicating with any team member that gets dropped. I will have, if I can do it face to face, I'll do that. If not, it'll be a phone call. But I don't want everybody to find out just by an email. I will be following up and making sure they're still part of the team. I know there's a route back in, because you're still good enough.
Yeah, presumably if you've been in the team for a certain amount of years, even if your form dips, there's nothing to say that you can't get back in that team.
Just got to work hard again, haven't you?
So you came back. When did you come back with a bang, would you say?
So 2005 I was dropped. I probably came back about 2012, 2013.
And what was your mindset coming back?
I didn't think I was ever going to get back into the England team, but I wanted to prove a few people that I was still capable of getting back in the England team.
Okay. So you're a stronger person as a result of what happened and how it happened.
Yeah.
And you won the 4s this year, as you said. What do you think is the best thing about bowls?
Obviously, being part of a strong side, but for me, it's playing with my friends. It's playing with a smile on my face. I never used to do it as much as I do now. I've got a good club at Gerrards Cross, and it's just full of friends.
Do you think you've mellowed then?
Without a doubt.
What's your pet hate about the game?
It's people building barriers or putting barriers up why you can't do something. But that's the same in life. I don't understand that.
How do you change it?
Slowly. Don't know how, but I'm hoping that the new CEO has the answers.
You mentioned Gerrards Cross. That's your outdoor club. You've played there for many years, and you're quite involved with your outdoor club, aren't you?
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that.
So I've been a member there since 1998. It's a good club, but we were probably guilty as most clubs. The work's done by a few people. We've got 140 members. We've increased our membership from 80 over the last 3 years, from 80 to 140.
That's quite impressive. How have you managed that?
By sharing the load, just getting more and more people involved. We were unfortunate that our president moved away and the previous president passed away. So we had to make a decision. We all stepped up. So the boys of my age, we all stepped up, and Richard Reed runs the bar. It makes a huge difference to the club funds now. I'm in charge of the green. We put the hours in. I've got a great team behind me on that. There's a nice vibe there.
Why do you think it's important to give something back?
The enjoyment I've had over it for 40 odd years is, you have to give something back, because you're not going to get more people coming into the sport. If they can see me with a smile on my face or my enthusiasm, hopefully they'll step up. And we're a good place at the moment at Gerrard's.
So in a few weeks' time, you're going to be travelling to Australia as part of the World Bowls management team, which is a different challenge for you again. What are you looking forward to most? The
management side. I'm looking at being part of the England setup again. We've got a fantastic team that's going out there, fantastic management team. Everything seems to be in order, and just the 3 weeks of games and practice and just being as a team. Looking forward to being as a team, as one.
You had a bit of a taster of it in May last year in Cardiff. You were part of the Atlantic Championships team. What did you enjoy about that, management-wise?
It was the fact that everybody got on so well. We medalled, everybody medalled in the Atlantic, which was very good. The weather was fantastic in Cardiff for the time of year as well. But being part of the team and the team accepting me was good.
And with regards to you playing at elite level, you played in the Europeans, didn't you?
Played at Europeans.
What year was that?
It was when Mary Price was manager, so that was probably 2003, 2004.
And what do you remember about that?
We won gold out there.
That was all right then?
Yeah, Sue Harriott, Jane Christie and Greg Moon.
So did you play mixed fours?
Mixed pairs and singles.
Okay. How do you think bowls has changed high level wise since you were playing?
I think the standards still there. I'm not sure we've got, if you look at the England team at the moment, I'm not sure we've had the bigger names that we used to have, the David Bryants, Tony Alcott, David Ward.
The characters you mean, right?
The old school. But we're getting there, we will get there. The standard's very good, and it's younger, it's more aggressive. It's an aggressive sport now.
Is there anything that's worse than when you were playing, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I'm old school. I'm quite happy to still turn up in a jacket and tie. I think we should turn up as a team.
Not in a jacket and tie, surely.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
How do you think bowls can learn from other sports?
There's so many ways, isn't there? Turning up as a team, looking like a team, acting like a team. Sports psychology. I think we're missing a trick there.
You're a life coach, aren't you?
I am.
How will you be applying that to your management role?
I'll be trying.
How are you going to do that?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't worked it out, but I will be trying.
Who have you coached in the past? Like what sort of within bowls or?
We've had a few members from my bowls club that have had a few problems, and we've sorted them out. We're still working on them.
So do you think there's a gap for that type of thing in bowls?
Absolutely. If we can control that negative voice and just change the way that we think about ourselves and our own views on certain things, we can challenge the world here.
If you could sum up, it sounds to me like what you want to bring to the table is sort of professionalism.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's important?
Just think that if we look like we're professional and we act like we're professional, we will get a better result. But we've got to start believing in ourselves.
That's great. Thank you very much.